Hello and welcome back to our adventures in Westeros. In between episodes, I was asked, why is this person our heir? The reason is simple. We have male preference succession. Why do we have male preference succession? I believe it's because of our faith. And the reason I think it's because of our faith is because, if we have a look in here, there doesn't appear to be any way to change your succession. So I assume it has to default from the only thing that it has, which is your faith. Now, you may notice a designate heir button, and I noticed this too, and I was like, oh, so although we have an heir, we could always just choose anyone else. And we cannot. We cannot choose anyone else because we already have an heir. So I believe for camp succession, you're only able to designate if you do not already have an heir. So that would be a situation where, say we had no children, we could designate another lowborn member of our camp to be our heir, and I believe they would then take on our dynasty as well. But yeah, we don't need to worry about that because we have children. So, that's that. Anyway, as we travel around looking for a wife for our son, I have noticed that Braavos has a war. So we should get involved. Let's see what war Braavos has. So, defending against Magister Lana the Corpulent, of very long name, in the war for Magister Lana's claim on the free city of Braavos. I should join the rebel side, because this will be a war against the king. Yes. Okay, how many people are on each side? 25,000! That's quite a lot, although a lot of them are levies. So you do have things called Purple Marines, which are interesting. And a lot of Westerosi sellswords. Alright, I'm still going to join the rebel side, because we don't actually care if we win the war. As long as we don't die, it doesn't actually matter. So I'm going to offer you... I can't offer you military assistance, why not? You're not the war leader. Well, I mean, that's a very fair reason. Okay, who is your war leader? War leader is... Okay, I'm getting confused. Back to the person who's in a war. You are Magister Lana. You are Braavos. Okay, so it's you I needed to speak to. And you have a lot more troops than I thought you did. Okay, that's fine. I would like to join your war. Yes, they won't pay us very much, but that's okay. We will then be at war against a king level title, which will count towards our be at war against king level titles, which is all you need to do in the Conquer one. You don't actually need to win the wars, you just need to be in a war. Yeah, so that's fine. We can do that. And let's go. Also kind of thinking that we're going to basically, because we keep running out of provisions, we're going to have to basically sit around with our army, or like with our camp a lot, and just kind of look for opportunities further afield and send our army out, because our army doesn't use provisions when they're out and about, but moving the camp does. Wow, that costs a lot to get on the boats. Anyway, the Greyjoys lost the Iron Islands. Wait, didn't they already lose the Iron Islands? They've now lost them to the Good Brothers. Okay, what happened? So, Greyjoys did lose it because the Good Brothers were put in by faction demand. Then they inherited. Then the Greyjoys got it back. Okay. Then the Good Brothers took it back again. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway. Where are we? We're here. Let's go. Looking to land the boats over here. Wait, what are we hostile to? Where I landed. Okay. In which case, I want you to go there to siege. Just so we have somewhere to land, basically. Then, I'm going to head up here. And that's fine. And we're going to head here. New learning perk. Let's go for Iron Constitution. That's disease resistance. Very nice. Okay. Now we're sieging this one. We're getting closer and closer to their army. Now, their army is a lot of levies. A lot of levies. Okay. I think I want to head here now and siege this. The one right next to them. They're attacking us in mountains. But we're... Oh, wait. No, we're the defender. Oh, no. Guys, get to me. Quick. I'll hold them off. A follower's heart. Captain Tansy, my leader, I've met with most seductive man here. And my follower Leona stumbles as she addresses me. His family will not let us marry without me paying a sizable dowry. Okay, Rogo Tyrone. I can get into my camp. Alright, sure. I'll recruit Rogo. We're actually surviving pretty well in this battle. They're losing more troops than we are. In fact, we're going to win. Wait, we're going to win this battle. Maybe? Yes. Especially with the extra army joining us. Our captain was slain, unfortunately. Our captain is also slaying some on their side. This is a big battle. Captain is wounded. And we have defeated them and got quite a lot of casualties on their side. So we lost 500. They lost 12,520. And the only person we lost was Veselan. That's pretty good. Anyone worth war score from our captures? Nope. Alright, well, you know what that means. 10 gold. And I can maybe get 10 gold for you. Oh, Otherus. Wait, I recognize this one. Is that not... Yeah, one of our courtiers was that at one point. Interesting. So another member of their family has entered our camp just via different means. We've taken more prisoners now as well. Ransom, or whatever we can get. I think they're probably retreating to here. Let's go speed 5. Nope, they weren't retreating to there. They're retreating over here. Alright, we'll siege this while we can. Nice. Head back up here. They're apparently fighting at the top here. We would love to be a part of that. Oh, we caught their army in between. And that's the end of that army. Now we're going to head into there. Nice. Beating them up again. We're going to ransom again, assuming nobody's worth war score, which they are not. Fantastic. Let's ransom again. Then I'm going to hopefully head to their capital. Yes, I'm willing to pay the money to do this. Right. We won the war. Oh no! I was kind of hoping to siege their capital, but I wasn't able to. Well, a bunch of people became their vassal. I got paid some money, I got paid some ransoms, my level of devotion to my faith went up, and I got paid 38 for that war. Alright. Follower falls ill. Endron has the pox. Okay. Well, I can ransom my prisoner for 10 gold. I'll do that. I'll also get my 30 gold from Lord Wallace. Right. Prisoners. Grollo. You have the pox. You can leave my company as soon as possible. You're not very good. You can leave my company as soon as possible. I don't really want you. I was also just thinking I should be looking for people who could marry my son. Not you. You're going to leave. You wouldn't accept a hook? Would you accept converting? Sure, convert. Yeah, you're going to give me a hook. You're going to give me a hook. Anyone who has the pox is immediately leaving my camp. Yeah, none of these people were actually good enough for my son anyway, so that's fine. Like they were all either too old or too bland, so, or too young. So that's kind of where we're at there. Yeah, we'll send you away as well. Right. Get all of these sorted. That's fine. Clear out those. Just wait a second or two on all of these. Right. Is that everyone out in my prison? Yes. Cool. Scheme at camp. Someone's trying to kill Emmon. Alright. That's fine. I don't really know who Emmon is. Favors of a lady. I'll destroy those. The rest of it doesn't really matter. Right. Make a request. Vyman. Vyman. We want to search for... Oh no, you won't marry due to different... Actually, was it different religion was the problem here? Let's see. Oh, sort by age. 16. Meredith is betrothed to this guy. In fact, they're in the middle of their wedding. Okay, so probably not going to marry my son. How about Helia Chandler? I mean, she doesn't seem particularly special. But she is about the right age, and she is a noble, technically. Alright, let's see if you'll say yes. Gwaine. Her. -3. Alright, I'm going to send you a gift. You're now going to say yes, hopefully. It's not a good marriage, but at some point we just need it to be a marriage. So we'll send the proposal through. Right. And then Gorman, I will take my 13 gold from you. Right. Demand payments. We'll get demand payments. These are from the people we let out of prison. There we go. Right. Good. Any other wars that we can spot? That looks like a war to me. Oh, also, let me just check the Conqueror thing. You have participated at least 20 wars. Okay, we don't need to do wars anymore. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So kill 12 characters or be in 5 wars against kings or emperors. We've been in 2 wars against kings or emperors. Who's your war against? Wars in the lordship for Harrowfield. Okay. Kings or emperors or kill people. How many do I need to kill? 3. I should have kept some of those prisoners. I guess I could join the war. Well, there's one in Tyrosh as well. What's your war? So this has been sieged. Occupied by you. In the 3rd Tyroshi expansion. So Mir is currently winning in the Tyroshi expansion. But who's on the other side of this war? The attacker is Tyrosh, so either side would be fine. You'd be more likely to accept my military stuff, though, because you're losing the war. Wait, am I in disease? Whoa, 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 whoa. I am. Okay, well, wait a second. Go south. Just get out of there as soon as possible. My son has pox. Well, that's not good. Definitely not good. Choice is up to my son on how he's treated, but hopefully, well, that's what we're going for. Okay. Aid for captives isn't really what I'm looking for. Did that guy not say yes? Or it might be that me moving broke it. Yeah, okay, he might not have said yes. How about you? Would you accept military? Okay, I'll help you. That's still against a king or emperor. Yo, is that the 5th war against kings or emperors? Really? Oh, I had miscounted. That is. Alright, we'll do that in a second. I'm about to win this war, so that's good. What's this? Become a champion of the Crownlander culture. I don't need a press claim on Duskendale. That's fine. Okay. My daughter's educator is dead. That's not good. And my head porter is dead. You need a person to educate you. It could be us. Who is quick. You're going to educate her. Right. That's fine. Wait for the war to be over. We're going to get nothing for this war as we didn't contribute. Yep, you were not paid as I did not contribute. You know what? That's fair. Right. So, what we're about to do now is we are going to do something which is very ill-advised. So I'm going to create a save. We're going to create a save because this is either going to go very well or it is going to go very badly. Now, we can become a great conqueror, right? And that gives me a press claim against a kingdom level title. Okay. I can start a war against Maegor II if I wanted to. We could also go to the Reach and start something against them. Somewhere else. Yeah. Interesting. So, let me just have a look at what we got. So we got the Crown Lands, which is here, which we could take for our own if we wanted to do a war against Maegor. Which I don't think is a sensible war. But we want to do a war against someone. The Reach is where we spent most of our time, but we did also install Aubrey in charge of the Reach, and he loves us. So I don't really know if that's where we want to take. We spent some time in the Westlands as a previous character. See what we got here. Wait, that's not the John Aaron, is it? That's John Aaron that's John Aaron the second. Okay. I was like, wait a second, how's he still alive? And that's oh, that's Brandon's line. Does Brandon still have the... Sorry, I got distracted. Does he still have his brother? And then that's Ned's son, apparently. The Hungry Wolf. We could also go over here and take some land, but I don't think that's what we want to do. I guess the Stormlands kind of makes sense. It's next to the Reach. They are, however, allied with the Westerlands, which I think would maybe be too much. If we think that this Crownlanders are too much, then that's probably too much. The Reach is by far the weakest of the three that we've looked at so far, and we know we can win. How about here? We could maybe take on these guys. Yeah, we could maybe go for the Riverlands. Do I want to take the Riverlands? We could. We could. Is that not... I think that used to be some land that the Iron Islanders held at one point in the story. As in, like, before the events of A Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah. Maybe I want to head up there and we do a little conquering of the Riverlands. Let's head up here and see what it says. Okay. Do I want you to be my head porter? You know what? Sure. You can be my head porter. Now, the other thing is, this will make us not a camp anymore. Are we okay with that? I think I'm okay with that, yeah. Okay, I think this is our time. We've fully upgraded, become a great conqueror. So, what happens? Upon being landed, you'll get the Conqueror trait, which is great. You'll get an army of seasoned veterans consisting of retinue lancers and retinue vanguard. Cool. You'll get the Greatest Conqueror Legend Siege. You gain a pressed claim against the Lord Paramountcy of the Riverlands. You start a war against Lord Paramount Othan Tully. Yeah, I think this is what I want. I think this is better. I was thinking maybe I would try for the Iron Throne, but I think doing that in one go is probably a bit much, right? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Because, one, it would only get me the Crown Lands, which is not really worth as much as you'd think it's worth. And two, I would have to then fight Magor, which means I'm fighting this. Which again is not really what we're looking for. So I think I'm going to become a great conqueror. For too long has my sword brought riches to others. Now the earth shall drown beneath an ocean of blood for my glory. A time for great tribulation will begin, unmatched since the dawn of time. I am the punishment of the drowned god. I still remember Harpalo's death, the first person I remember dying at my whim. Did I have a taste for it even then? Did this hunger inside of me, this need for more, kindle at that instant, or simply burn bright enough to finally be seen? Many more have joined him since. For most, such slaughter would be enough, but not for me. I cannot help but smile as I look to the horizon. Not for those who died, I smile for those that will. Conquering the world on horseback is easy. It is dismounting and governing that is hard. Let's go. So immediately we're here. We're raising our army. And we're at war with the Riverlands. Just the Riverlands, though. So far. A new opponent. Magor Targaryen? Interesting. So that's because he's the liege, I'm guessing? We got bounced to him. My goal is still the same? Okay, this is why I created a save. We may need to adjust plans at some point. But for now, this is where we're at. 5 days left. We'll finish the 5-day siege. Okay, my son no longer has pox. That's good. I'm now going to attack. I can't attack. Oh, no. Okay. Because we're not at a river crossing. Well, lessons learned. Lessons learned. Expulsion invalidates contracts. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, consider yourself warned. You and your ilk have outstayed your welcome in the Riverlands. That's fair enough. We are so dead, by the way. Okay. New plan. We're going for, yeah, we're going for King's Landing. Any days left on the siege? Okay, retreat up here, attack. I don't know whose army that is, but I'm attacking it. They're attacking one at a time. This is honestly our only chance. Okay. Let's fight. We're winning. We're winning. What the... How are we winning? I have been imprisoned. How did I get captured when we won the battle? Hey, demand trial by combat. He's my rival, we're at war. Ransom myself. Wait, but because I'm imprisoned by him... Okay, that doesn't necessarily mean that... Wait, but am I imprisoned because he just randomly chose to imprison me because my camp is in his area? I think that's why, yeah. Escape from prison. I am free. Aha! We escaped. We're back. Okay. Okay, we're going. We're going. We can call in our ally. Except that we can't. We're a fugitive in the Riverlands. Okay, you can attempt to forcibly imprison me. I don't really want to be in the Riverlands. Let's go. Siege it. Okay. Well, I'm beating up their army again. We are going to win again, I think. Just about. No, no, we're running out of troops. No, they're running out of troops. Okay, Willem died. We have defeated their army again. I definitely need to pay to reinforce my army. Familial reflection. Queen can be my friend, that's fine. I've lost my head porter and my maester. And my friend Willem is dead. Maester, I don't have anyone. Head porter, that's going to be you. Head groom, that's going to be you. We're going for anyone who can do the job, basically. Okay, we've defeated their army again. I want to finish this siege, which is 7 days. That's enough for 100% war score? Yo. We did it. Wait a second. Score cannot exceed 75%? That's usually capped at 50. Oh, that's very lucky for us. Let me just have a look at how that battle went. So we lost 750, they lost 14,000. Yeah, I guess we just, like, didn't take... yeah, their levies just took massive casualties. That's basically what happened. It was mostly levies, and they just died. Alright. Yeah. Levies aren't that good, apparently, and our buffs are pretty good. Yeah. Can I see our buffs in here? Not necessarily, but there you go. So 120, 166, 134. So that's how strong they are. Look at... can I see how strong a levy is? No. Not on this one. Let's look at their armored horsemen. Actually, their armored horsemen are the same. Oh, that's because it's using my buffs. Never mind. I forgot. When you look at these, it uses your buffs, not the buffs of the person that you're looking at. Okay. Anyway. I believe we won the war for the Riverlands. That was much harder and easier than I thought it would be. So, if successful, vassals of the realm may become independent based on a relationship to the old ruler, differences in culture, faith, and opinion with the adventurer, sub-realm size, military strength, distance from capital, and other factors. You gain the Lord Paramountcy of the Riverlands and its vassals. You gain Riverrun and its vassals. You adopt the feudal paramountcy government. Due to the Riverlands people's horrible opinion of you, we are an ennobled adventurer. To lessen the above penalty, you need to have a high enough level of fame. Either you or your primary spouse or primary heir need to be of the same culture or faith as the Riverlands. Well, I'm not. I guess if I'd gone for the reach, we wouldn't have had the same penalty. You gain the trait Veteran Adventurer. So you get Marshal per level of fame and Braavos per level of fame, and your men-at-arms maintenance goes down, which is nice. Men-at-arms maintenance is very important because, one, you're taking over land that hates you, essentially. Your control's going to be low, you're not going to be making a lot from it. And two, you have to pay for your men-at-arms, rather than as an adventurer where you just have your men-at-arms and you don't have to pay for them. So this is basically you're just, like, if you didn't have this, you would just have to disband all your men-at-arms. Also, everybody hates you. Ignore negative culture opinion is nice, no negative opinion of other cultures, and then we gain some other bonuses. Cool. All camp buildings will be demolished and a portion of their costs returned. Again, that's kind of the same as men-at-arms maintenance. Effectively, it's you're taking over land, you're losing your camp, which is the main thing that got you that land. You need some money to make things happen. Lance the Smith will be destroyed. The Lordship of Riverrun will be your new realm capital. Control in the conquered counties will be boosted, again, to try and make sure that you can actually hold it. Money, fame, allies get prestige, not that we had any. Every patron with a positive opinion of us gets opinion. Every patron with a negative opinion gets negative opinion. Magar, the second Targaryen of the Iron Throne, gets a bunch of stuff. And there we go. And people don't like him because he lost the war. Enforce demands. I'm going to slow it down as well. Are we paused? We are paused. Just double checking. Now let's go. Just waiting. I know I'm on speed 1. We can maybe go speed 2. How long do you get to reply to my message? There we go. The Riverlands Court. Aho! As queen, you have new duties and responsibilities. I'm not technically queen. Apparently I'm called queen though. Interesting. You will be expected to regularly hold court, solving the disputes of the realm and letting your courtiers take part in your daily routines. Lord Vyman is looking sternly at me in a direct, almost lecturing way. Perhaps because there is also some surprise in his eyes. He starts to unfold a beautiful banner bearing the emblem of House Smith. One of the ways in which the world will now judge your rule is by how you adorn and care for your royal court. I've taken the liberty to have this made as a gift to mark the beginning of your royal tenure. Okay. So am I underneath this guy right now? No, we're independent. That's why we're queen. Oh. Also, yeah, I obviously have nobody in any court position because, well, you know. That's fine. Lifestyle focus is invalidated. That's okay. Back to pause. Gwaine came of age. This is Gwaine the Second. An astute intellectual and a good fighter. Okay, we also gained a bunch of court artifacts from Lord Othan as we took over his court. Faction targets us. Law removed. Swords for hire. Okay, I also entered into a regency apparently. Why? End regency? Yeah. Cool. Disband. Alright, so I thought we were going to be underneath the Iron Throne, but we're not. Do I want to maybe swear fealty to the Iron Throne, or do I want to be outside it? I think it would be more interesting to swear fealty to the Iron Throne. Unless we're just going to immediately conquer it. Which is also possible. And grant some vassals to rightful liege. Let's do that just while we're here. This is just like realm management. Let's let those be sorted. Okay. Hire a maester. Okay, so that's also, yeah, that's why we're now known as queen. I want to be, I'm just thinking about it. I'm on a 50-50 on whether I want to do it or not. Proclaim a mighty kingdom? What does this do? The might of the kingdom of the Riverlands has grown over the ages. Now it's time to put forth our own mighty kingdom, independent and ready to stand the test of time. So we can become the kingdom of the Trident, which would be the independent version here. Become the legitimate house of the Riverlands. What's a legitimate house? Oh, it's a new mechanic that I don't know anything about. I see. Interesting. Cool. Let's see what else we've got here. Anything else that's new? Bank loans? Realm affairs? Okay. Kingdom of the Trident is held by us. Would be like just proclaiming the mighty kingdom. Current house has 100% progress becoming a legitimate house. So is legitimate house in here? So I'm trying to figure out where it is. Does it just mean our legitimacy is high? Because this is personal legitimacy, right? This is talking about a legitimate house. This is a new mechanic. Westeros is an ancient land whose rulers derive their legitimacy not from the contemporary power but from the ancient bloodlines that they claim. A legitimate house is a house that is considered the rightful rulers of a title. Members of the legitimate house of a title have an ancestral claim to it and find it easier to manage the respective realm. They see additional support for their claimant should they lose it. Should a house that is not legitimate house of a title control it, they will start to make progress towards becoming a legitimate house of that title. This progress can be seen in the title's history as dependent on the variety of the factors. Should that house ever lose the title, all their progress to becoming a legitimate house will be lost. Okay. So I can see it here. It claims. Let me read this again. Progress can be seen in that title history. Aha! There we go. So we're getting nothing because we have no, like, our vassals do not like us very much. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so what I think I want to do is I think we should try and progress to becoming legitimate, probably. I guess we did just gain the Conqueror trait as well, though. Wait, we didn't gain the Conqueror trait. What? Where's our Conqueror trait? I conquered. Maybe it's because the war changed halfway through, I didn't get the Conqueror trait. Yeah, where's my Conqueror trait? Let's wait. Well, let's first of all, set up a raw court. What's this? I can improve lodgings. Or I can say I'm sure it's not that bad. Sure, I'll spend money to improve lodgings. Who cares? Let's put some things up here. I don't really need the Tully banner, so we'll put the Smith banner up. Followed by another... Oh, these are small ones. These large ones over here? Yeah. Put another Smith banner up. And we'll put... why does this just say chicken? Like, why is it lowercase chicken? Where did that come from? Apparently I'm allowed one more banner. Like, one more large banner. Where does the one more large banner go? Because that's small, small. Yeah, where's the one more large? This is 3 of 4, right? That implies there's a 4th slot. Maybe there's not a 4th slot on this one. Maybe there's a 4th slot on one of the other ones somewhere. Anyway, furniture. Magnificent cabinet. Throne. We have a throne. We have a magnificent throne, in fact. And we don't have any legs with that throne. Riverlander jewelry casket. What else have we got here? Penury and Wrath. And then a skull goblet. And then Riverlander Book of Strategy. And Tully's Saga. Okay. And up here we got 3. So the Mighty Heart Skull. On the side. And then in the center... Lord Titus the Righteous's beloved dog. I'd rather not put his dog up there. Let's put up our fine shield and the hide of the feral fox of Hortiohas. Alright. So that's what we're looking like here. We're working up our grandeur level. We're already naturally up here somewhere. Don't want to put anything else into this. Oh, that's just what language we speak. Diplomatic or scholarly. Okay. I don't really have prestige. I don't know how much money we're making, so we should wait a little bit. Right, let's wait a little bit on this. My son is knighted. Gawain has been knighted. Just gonna wait till the end of the month. Okay, am I a conqueror? No. Okay. So we did not earn Conqueror. I'm sure it said we would earn a Conqueror. So, because we're not a Conqueror, I think that a better thing for us to do would be to swear fealty. and then to act as if we have just won the Lord Paramountcy. I think that's what I'm leaning towards, and he would accept fealty, right? Because land is land, or whatever it says. Oh, it doesn't say that anymore, but yeah. He would accept it even with low feudal obligations. What's religious? I make myself religiously protected. But no, I think that this would be fine. Yeah. Okay. I think that this is something that interests me. But let me know what you think. I'm going to stop here, and then you can tell me, do you think we should become a vassal? Because if we become a vassal, then we can try all the stuff inside the Iron Throne, which I think could be quite fun to do. We can try all of the machinations and plans that we can do in here. We can maybe get some alliance with the Reach, go after some of the other places. I think that could be cool. If we had Conqueror, I'd be tempted to say we just start declaring wars, but we don't have Conqueror, so there's no real urgency on that one. Just checking, our children didn't get it either. No, okay. No. I know that if you die as Conqueror, your children should get it, but yeah, we just didn't get it at all. Maybe... I don't know if it's even a base game thing. I don't know if it's base game or mod thing. I'm guessing it's something to do with the fact that our war target changed. I'm guessing that's why we didn't get the Conqueror thing, because I think that must have only been on the initial war. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.